I used to be such a good liar. Let me tell you. Pop, 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 poker face, pop, pop, poker face. When you go through domestic violence, you literally get so good at lying. Like you become a habitual liar. You become one of those liars that people study about. For real. And let me explain. I used to have situations where I'll explain a specific situation. I had a cousin who was on his way to my house. It was back when I used to smoke a little, drink a little, and my cousin was selling that. And so I had contacted him like, hey, I want to buy blah, blah, blah. Bring it. Okay. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. He hasn't brought it yet. But I'm just dealing with everything that's going on in my house, dealing with my kids, dealing with my boyfriend at the time, who was also my children's father. And all of a sudden, he starts to flip. When I say flip, he starts throwing stuff. He pushed me up against the wall. He attacks me. I wind up on the ground. He's kicking me. It's just a whole bunch. It's a normal Tuesday, right? I don't know if it was really Tuesday, but you catch my drift. Long story short, my cousin pulls up. He got that. We need that. And usually my cousin comes up. He plays with the kids. He jokes around with my baby daddy. Joke around with me. Give us that stuff. Leave. That's how it used to go. Well, this time I called him and I said, hey, I'm about to come down. He's like, what you coming down for? Do I need to bring my strap? And he laughed it off. I never was transparent with my family about my abuse. Now, my family knew I was being abused because I came up with a broken jaw a few years before. And I made up the dumbest lie saying that I slammed my face in the car door. But anyway, so my family knew I was being abused, but they didn't have any proof because every time I was around them, I would say he wasn't doing nothing to me. Stockholm syndrome. But anyways, so my cousin's like, okay, just come down, whatever. So I come down, get that. And when I come down, my whole body is wet. I'm talking about I'm drenched from head to toe. Mind you, I just had a baby a couple weeks ago. So, like, I just had a C-section. I shouldn't even be walking up and down stairs, let alone getting beat. But I digress. So my cousin's like, what's wrong? Do I need to come up there? And I'm like, no, I'm cool. I'm good. And I forgot what lie I made up. Whatever lie it was smooth because he believed it. I don't know if he believed it or if he just didn't want to dig into it. But either way, he didn't come upstairs. And I went back upstairs, got cussed out, got pushed again. We smoked. The day was good until it wasn't. He found another reason to throw me on the ground and stump me again. Now, this was the week that I wound up leaving town. It's been 4 years since I left. I left him 4 years ago. But anyways, I got so good at lying. I got so good at keeping a poker face. I got so good at coming around people and acting like nothing was wrong with me and then walking back into hell. Was it because I wanted to stay in hell? No. But it was because I had so many threats that were given to me. I was told what would happen to me if I told anybody. I was told even if I go to jail, all I gotta do is make a call and this gonna happen and that gonna happen. Making it sound like he was a shot caller. It's been 4 years since I left and no shots have been called, but I digress. So I believed everything he said. And I thought that I was in immediate danger if I tried to leave. But after I finally did leave, I realized that the real danger was staying. I thought that I had more control over the situation if I was there. That's what I thought. But in all actuality, while I was there, me and my children were being abused, and that could have been a fatality. The degree that we were being abused, and there were weapons involved sometimes, and I would get burned with cigarettes, and I would get stomped and punched and thrown all over the place, pregnant or not, fresh C-section or not. Me and my children could have died on multiple occasions. But I got so good at lying. I got so good at acting like everything was good. I'm telling you, I was hosting events at my house. I'm telling you, I was babysitting people's kids, but when I was babysitting people's kids, he was either never there because he was rarely there when I had kids. Either that or he was a saint. He would play with the kids. He would not hit me in front of other people's kids. In front of our kids, and even that was, it's kind of like when kids were around, he wouldn't. But I got to a point where it was like, I feel like I have control over the situation because I'm in it. I feel like if I tell somebody what's going on and they try to get me out, if they don't successfully get me out, me and my kids is dead. And there could have been some truth to that. But when I left town and didn't look back, I realized that I was in Stockholm Syndrome. I realized that I was protecting him by lying to people. I realized that I was protecting him by being rude to people who could have helped me. I realized that I was protecting him by not telling people how severe my situation was. So if this is you and if you're dealing with a situation that is so severe that you feel like you have to lie for your abuser, that is a clear indication that you are in Stockholm Syndrome and that you are being abused. Even if he's never hit you, if you have to lie to people or you feel like you have to try to flip people's perception of what he just said to you in front of them, that's already proof that you're being abused. If you have to explain what he meant by the way that he said that to you, if you have to explain why you have bruises on you, or why you look disheveled every time you're around family, or why you can't call nobody, or like if you feel like you have to constantly explain yourself, that's a clear indication that this is a situation that you need out of. I'm letting you know right now. If you go to my website, www.rosieexperience, that's ROSIEXPERIENCE.com. I have a book called Faith, Family, Freedom, The Rosie Experience. I walked through my whole life. My whole life. I was 31 when I published it, so I got 31 chapters. I walked through my whole life of how the victim mentality even set in on me. The things that I saw that created this perception of life and love to me, and what it took for God to pull me out. I walked through my ex-husband in that relationship. I walked through my ex-boyfriend in that relationship. I walked through the mental torment. I walked through everything. It gets raw. It gets real. But there's so much freedom in it, and you will see yourself in it. I have reviews from multiple people who have read that book who didn't even know that I was going through those things, and they know me personally, either by blood or we just been knowing each other since we was kids. They read the whole book and was like, wow, I was actually around you and didn't know that, right? So if that's the case, and I know that there's other people who have the same situation. There are people who are around you every day or every week or monthly, or who follow you on social media who don't even know how severe their situation is. You got to start speaking up. You're not going to get help if you don't speak up. Nobody's going to help you if you don't speak up. Nobody's going to help you if you don't speak up. You have to speak up. And if you think he's going to kill you if you speak up, that means you need to get away. If you think that speaking up will cause you to be hurt, you need to get away. There should never be a situation where the person that you are with will hurt you for any reason. I don't care what you say or do. If you feel like they will hurt you because you tell somebody what you're going through or how you feel, you need to get away. Even if they've never hit you before. If their actions or their words have told you that they will hurt you if somebody finds out how severe your situation is, run. I don't know how many times I can say that to you. I'm telling you now, 1/3 of the population of women are being abused right now. And 75% of that 1/3 die on their way out. They don't die staying. They die because they tried to leave. That means only 25% of the 1/3 of the population survive and are able to tell their story. Only 25%. The other 75% die. So if you're part of that 25% and you're still alive, get out now. God bless you. I love you. And if you need resources, send me a message. Also follow me on all my social medias, The Rosie Experience. Love y'all.